This here is just a quick video about the reasons why I hate Dell computers and HP computers, and I would never own one in my life. I have a friend that has, unfortunately for her, has both this Dell and an HP sitting next to me here. And this Dell has had many problems with it. The Dell has actually told her that the hard drive was bad in this thing. So I looked it over and I ran all the tests that you could run to test the hard drive to see if it's bad, and everything that I've ran has come back and told me that there's nothing wrong with the hard drive, but yet it still has problems. I even did the surface test or whatever it does to, see if the plates itself are bad, and one of the tests I ran took over 6 hours to run, and that's a test that Dell has loaded on this computer that you can use to diagnose problems with. And I've ran check disk on it and everything, and it keeps telling me that the hard drive is fine. So what I did is I ended up taking this computer and restoring it back to the factory default. I formatted the hard drive and it set it back to the factory as if I bought it from a store. Everything worked fine on it for less than a day, and then all of a sudden it started having problems again. The battery is an existing problem. You get the blinking lights telling you that the battery is old and it needs to be replaced. I get this message up on the screen that you can see now, saying that the color scheme is causing a problem. So do you want to keep it or change it to the basic Windows 7 basic to improve the performance and stuff like that? Well, why should I have to do that if I reset this whole computer back to the factory like I bought it right from the store? But if I don't set it to Windows Basic, it keeps coming up with this message. And for some reason it doesn't like this Windows arrow color scheme. So I try to avoid using that, but once in a while when I restart the computer, it automatically comes back up in this Windows arrow scheme, color scheme. So it doesn't matter how often I change it, it still comes back. So I can set this back to the basic just to get rid of this. But now, if you look at the mouse, the cursor, if I can get it focused, you can sit there and watch that mouse flicker and it never stops. And remember, this was set back to factory as if you bought it right from the store. Why it does this, I have no idea. I've never seen another computer in my life ever sit here and do this like this, and I can't figure out what the problem is with it. I can't get it to stop. I've turned off everything, so there's no special effects or anything. It's just right to the basic of anything. There's no virus protection software put on here yet or anything. It's just right from the store, sitting the way it is right now, and I'm having all kinds of problems. Since I restored it, this computer has slowed down immensely. Just sitting here, me not doing anything on it, just making sure it's turned on every day and letting it sit in here all day long, this computer has been getting slower and slower every day, and now it's to the point to where I can click on stuff and it won't even open it. And I threw in my towel. That's one of the reasons why I hate Dell, is it's just one problem after another with them, and HP is the same way. If you unplug the battery and let it wear down a little bit, and then you plug it back in, That's an issue, especially if your battery's going dead. You'll see the lights down here. This battery light here, you'll notice that it blinks, what is it, orange I think, 3 times, and then a quick white one. That's to indicate that your battery's getting bad and you should replace it. Well, I had that going on too before I set this back to factory, and it went away, and then just today it started doing it again. So I unplugged the power supply, plugged it back in, and then it started charging up again, and you can see that it's off now. And if I move over to the battery display, it says that it's actually charging. It's at 99%. Get my camera here so it quits falling on me. It's at 99% and charging. When it's done charging, it'll say some percentage, which it's never reached 100, and then it'll say plugged in but not charging. And then when it says that, that's usually when the light on the front starts acting up. This little light starts acting up again. So yeah, I can see this thing is what, 2011 I think. So I can see the battery getting old, you know, from then. But it seems to work when you unplug it, and it'll work for a long time. So why keep having these error messages pop up like this? Why not just let it run until it dies and then the person replaces it? And it cost $130 from Dell to buy that another battery for this. So if you got that kind of money to throw into it, go ahead, but I would rather just throw the whole computer away and buy something besides Dell or HP. Myself, I use Toshiba. I've never had a problem with them. I bought my Toshiba back in 2012, and mine, it still runs just as good as it did when I first bought it. I've never had any problems with it, and if I did, it was just minor, couple clicks and the problem's fixed. So that's my my little rant today about Dell computers and HP computers. I wouldn't own one. I don't recommend them, but it's your choice. You can do whatever you want. But if you want a good, reliable computer, I think I would switch to anything else besides Dell and HP. I've seen nothing but problems with their computers. So you can buy a good Toshiba laptop for 500 to 600 bucks. That's about what mine cost, and it's really fast. It's almost the same as what this Dell is, but it works a whole heck of a lot better. I'm totally satisfied with it. Have never been mad because it isn't doing something, but I'll stop right here and let you guys decide what you want. But if you have any clues to why the mouse is flickering like that, you could throw something in the comments. Let me know. See what you've tried if you've had this issue. I think there's something wrong with the motherboard itself. I don't think there's anything wrong with the hard drive anymore, because I've ran so many tests on it and everything is fine. It even said this hard drive was dirty, but after I restored it to the factory settings, now it says not dirty now, and like I said, it passed all the tests, so I don't think there's anything wrong with it. So if you got any comments on here, just throw them down there, and then maybe we can see about getting this fixed if you know, because I don't.